Alright, well, hello and good day to all of you wonderful viewers out there. Hi, I'm Awesome Joe, and thank you guys so much for taking in the time of your day to watching another episode of Awesome Joe's Play Back-to-Back Movie Reviews. And finally, it is finally here. I went ahead and watched it last night with my giveaway winner for the free ticket, Mr. Stoney Carrillo, my brother. He invited me to go along with him, and I said, sure, why not? I could not say no at all. I absolutely was so in love with the first movie, even the 1978 movie, and having to knowing that we're going to have a conclusion to that, excluding all of the other Halloween movies that we've gotten to know within the last 40 years, we are staying to the true aspects of what John Carpenter had intended for with this character from the very beginning. And so here we are. We had the 2018 movie, phenomenal experience, and now here we are 3 years later. This movie was supposed to come out last year in Halloween, and I was so upset, so disappointed with the fact that we had to wait another year because of COVID-19. But yet the year went by, even though it felt so long, but yet it went by so fast. And here we are, and ready to go ahead and watch the conclusion to this Halloween trilogy, directed by David Gordon Green and producer and Danny McBride. And this movie, oh my gosh, man, I was so excited for this. So excited that I created another giveaway to give out great gifts in regards to this movie. And did I have a lot of fun with it. And when it came to this movie, I was just so amped up, so excited. I could not wait. I remember the first experience that I had with this movie in 2018, when that movie first came out. The line was excruciatingly long. It was so long. People were so amped up and excited, and the theater was just jam-packed full of people. And then the movie had its fun and laughs. It had its true horror. I was so scared. I remember when I came home, I called my wife up and I told her, "Hon, stay on the phone with me while I go inside my house and making sure that there's nobody inside willing to kill me." So that was fun. And I was kind of hoping of it to happen again, because I love the Halloween season. I love trick-or-treating. I love costumes. I love getting scared. I love scary movies. And, you know, Michael Myers, the Halloween movies are like my #1 top movies to watch. And having to know that we're getting to see more movies of this character, it's just an awesome experience. And just to give you guys a heads up with this video, quite normally I try to hold my tongue to avoid spoilers to all of you wonderful viewers. If you haven't seen the movie just yet, go and watch the movie. Stop this video, pause it, whatever. Go watch it right now. I'm serious. Don't watch. I'm telling you right now, don't watch it on Peacock. If you're comfortable going to the movie theaters. If you're not comfortable going to the movie theaters and you want to watch it at Peacock, by all means, please go right on ahead. But I'm telling you, it's a theatrical experience. It's intended to be watched in the movie theaters. So I really do encourage everyone to go ahead and watch in the theaters, because it's even more fun to get scared in an audience of people watching this on the big screen. And, you know, like I said, this movie has some laughs in there that really gets you, you know, just enjoying the movie. I enjoyed that. I loved the humor that was put into this film. Not only just to this film, but of course the 2018 Halloween movie as well. Even though that sort of humor was not part of the 1978 movie, but it's great getting to see it in these movies. There's just several scenes in the movie where character says, you know how they say the rules in the movie Scream is, you know, if you say I'll be back, you won't be back because you're going to get killed off. Well, that's what happens in this movie. And or when a couple, they're either making out or they're out in a party and they hear or they see something, and then the girl tells the boyfriend or the husband, whatever, hey, go check it out, see what that noise is coming from. I'm like, that ain't happening with me. So those types of humors are going on in these movies, and I love on how the audiences, and including myself, are just enjoying those comedy sessions in the movies, just having a small laugh, not like laughing your ass off like watching a scary movie, but you know, just not to saying that this movie is a comedy. It's just great to have a few laughs here and there, just to enjoy the movie, not only just to be getting scared, but to being humorously entertained at the same time. So I got a good amount of notes here, and I'm going to, because like I said, this movie just came out, and I really do encourage people to go out there and watching it, because I try to hold my tongue to avoid spoilers, because this is just out, it just came out, but I love this movie so much that I want to talk a lot of stuff that happened in the movie and what could happen in the next Halloween movie. So spoiler alert there, everybody. If you haven't watched this movie just yet, I am going to throw out spoilers. So I'm sorry that if I spoiled anything for you guys, but this is your warning. Pause this video, go check it out at your theaters, and come back here and become part of the awesome conversation. But yes, we're going to go ahead and get started here, everybody, because this is a movie worth willing to talk about. I did go through several other critics' videos and trying to figure out what their perspectives and their opinions are based off of this movie. There's a lot of mixed reviews. The majority of it is going towards the negative concept of this movie. Because I remember that they announced that on Rotten Tomatoes, which is based off of 14 critics that went to go ahead and watch a screening of this movie about a month ago, stating that this movie was at a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. And that really got the studios and the audiences nervous and terrified, wondering, is this going to be a good Halloween movie or not? Because this has happened before. With Halloween 5 being the sequel to Halloween 4, and then we got Halloween Resurrection, which is the sequel to H2O, and then we got H2, Halloween 2 of the Rob Zombie movies, to the Halloween 2007 movie, which all those movies were just garbage. They were just terrible. So they have like this sequel curse. The first one is phenomenal, it's great, but then when the second one, the sequel, comes along, it completely destroys the entire franchise. And I really would not want for this to reboot itself again, because that's what Hollywood does nowadays. If you have a successful franchise, but yet it's going downhill, the only available option for them to get more money is to reboot the franchise. Please, for the love of God, stop doing that. Because I'm enjoying it. And there will be a third Halloween movie. There will be a movie following up to the conclusion of this David Gordon Green, Danny McBride trilogy called Halloween Ends. Coming, if there's not another pandemic, please don't let there be another pandemic. Coming out exactly a year from now, we're going to see the epic conclusion as to how all of this, the book, is finally going to close. And possibly, yes, furthering it along with, I don't know what they're going to do next after these 3 movies. But I'm so excited. I mean, I'm going to go see it again. Eventually, yes, I'm going to go see it again. I saw it with my brother yesterday, and I'm going to go see it again with my wife. Probably tonight or maybe Saturday, sometime soon. Because I cannot get enough of it. I really did love enjoying it, seeing it in the theaters. And I might see it on Peacock now that I know what the movie is all about and I had the theatrical experience. It's just great getting to know that I went ahead and watched this movie, and I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It was a great, spectacular time. And I would have to say myself, critically, I enjoyed the movie. I really did. There's going to be many out there who are going to say, "Oh, it's not that good. There's no story. There's a lot of slashing going on here." Well, no, duh. It's rated R. It's a horror flick. It's Michael Myers killing people. What do you expect? So what I really did love about this movie is in how the movie starts up. I was really curious as to how it's going to go down. And I knew that there was going, because it shows in the trailer that there is going to be a flashback back to 1978, because there was a few bits and pieces that were very much, I was scratching my head in the 2018 movie, asking myself, okay, at the ending of the 1978 movie, Michael Myers gets shot by Dr. Loomis, falls off the balcony, lands in the backyard, and then just disappears. And that's the ending of the movie, which leads us to Halloween 2 back in 1981. But that is scrapped because this is a story that does not involve Michael Myers and Laurie Strode being brother and sister. So this is just, two completely different strangers. Michael Myers is just a killer out there on Halloween night, killing people for no reason at all whatsoever. Not out there to killing any family members, but just going out and stalking and killing people in their homes in a suburban neighborhood. And Laurie Strode, it just happens to be in the mix-up of all that. And with them both having to coming back into this movie, erasing everything from the recent movies, it's just great to know that when we get this flashback going back to 1978, it really feels like you're seeing deleted scenes or an alternate ending to the 1978 movie. I just thought that the cinematography in that was just phenomenal. And we even do get to see Donald Pleasence's Dr. Loomis coming back for a brief several seconds, but we do get to see the de-aged face and the voice. Of course, it's a completely different actor. It's not Donald Pleasence. Rest in peace to Mr. Pleasence for a brilliant performance giving us in these Halloween movies. But it was just great. I really did love the way that he looked just so real. And like I said, this felt really like an alternate ending or a deleted scene of the 1978 movie. I enjoyed it. I felt like I was watching this back in 1978, even though I didn't exist back in 1978, but just seeing it like in, when you pop in the DVD of the movie. It was just great. It was like a missing piece to the puzzle, and there it was. And just getting to seeing Officer Hawkins, Will Patton's character in the beginning of this movie, when he was a young officer, showing that he was one of those officers who stopped and arrested Michael Myers that night, and that he is responsible for Michael still being alive to this day, because he felt like that he showed Michael mercy, which for him he finds that was a big mistake. But it's great to know that Will Patton's back, Officer Hawkins. It showed like as if he got killed off in the last movie, but he's still alive. He was laying about to be dead on the side of the road after when that doctor stabbed him with the scalpel. But the character that I was really wondering about was Cameron Dylan Arnold from the last movie, the boyfriend to Allison, Andy Matichak. He's just wandering around the park calling his friend Oscar, who was one of the friends that got killed off in the last movie. And he's still wearing the Bonnie and Clyde costume from the last movie as well. And I loved him a lot more in this movie. He seemed like a character that was going to get killed off in this movie if I felt like that movie was just its movie itself alone. But no, he comes back into this movie and he feels very heroic in this one. He feels much more serious. It's like as if he said, everything that he did in the last movie does not matter. What matters now is that they stay alive and that they get this guy, that they finally kill evil that night. So it's great getting to seeing him. He was really great. I was very sad to say that here we go. Spoilers are coming, guys. That happened to Allison. And then we get this one I liked a lot. I remember in the 2018 movie, while Michael was having that one shot of the walking through the neighborhood, you see this couple that is dressed up in costume, a nurse and a doctor, and they get in the car and they take off because they're going off to a party. Well, we get to see them more in this movie, up close and front. They do get killed off, but it was great getting to see them. They're one of those characters that say, "Oh, hey, I heard a noise. Why don't you go check it out?" Oh, no, I don't think so. So it was great getting to seeing that. Sheriff Barker, Omar Dorsey, that was in the 2018 movie, is back in this as well. Little John, played by Michael McDonald. Him and another actor there playing a gay couple that lives in the Myers house in modern day. When I saw Michael McDonald, man, he gets killed off in this movie, and all I'm thinking is once he sees Michael Myers, he's like, Michael. And I'm like, oh yeah, he played Stewart in Mad TV. He's like, look what I can do. I thought that would have been so funny. If you were to do like a funny film, like Scary Movie of these type of Halloween movies. But yeah, I love the intro. I love the fact that this is a middle chapter. The fact that it's a middle chapter states the fact that this is only a movie made for fan service. Okay, this is a movie for fun. Like, it's like a roller coaster ride. You got the story, you got the character developments in the last movie, and here we are right now just having fun with a horror movie. That's what it is, because all it is just a stalling, preparation for what Halloween Ends is going to be bringing to us. It kind of reminded me of what they did with the Matrix movies, with Matrix Reloaded. It was a setup for the Matrix Revolutions, the third movie, or Dead Man's Chest in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies as a preparation for its third film at World's End. Or like, this is the one that I really want to point my finger towards, is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I feel like nothing happened in that movie. Nothing. Maybe one or two things. But it could have all been put into either one of the other of the Half-Blood Prince or Deathly Hallows Part 2. But I just don't think that Part 1, nothing ever happened. And it was just only preparation for Part 2 to come in. So I feel like that's what Halloween Kills is. That's what people are not understanding. Is that, okay, I understand that Halloween Kills should have been its own movie, but part of this trilogy. But there's no story other than the fact of Michael going around killing people, and that's about it. There's a sequence that really extended itself a lot in the middle of the movie, where the mob assumably sees Michael because they believe that Michael Myers is trying to find Laurie Strode and believes he's in the hospital and that he's on his way. That's where the mob is at, and then they assume that another escaped mental patient from Michael's hospital that he escaped from is there, and they think that that's Michael because they don't know what Michael looks like without the mask, so they assume that this is the guy. But I'm thinking, this guy is like 2 or 3 feet shorter than him, and he's fat. Do you really think that this is the guy that's wearing the mask? I don't think so. So a lot of people were turning themselves into monsters. They would say, oh yeah, Michael, he's already tearing us apart. He's making us all just like him. I'm like, nah, I don't really think that that's it. I mean, I could understand where that may be coming from, but I think that it's really the people who say if our modern world were to go into chaos, if we were going through annihilation, that an apocalyptic world, do you really think that we would still be following law and order? No, we would. I'm pretty sure that the world without rules and the entire world and humans, it would be complete chaos, and we would just behave more like animals. Which, of course, that's what happens in this movie. And so when they come to realize that they got the wrong guy and that it was already too late because the guy went ahead and jumped out of a window and committed suicide, splattered all over the pavement, and we actually see that. I mean, that's just way too rated R. For me, I think that was a little bit too much. We didn't really need to see that. And what's great, too, is that Allison becomes part of this group, also part of the mob that wants to go out and try and find Michael and avenge, actually, her dad's death in the last movie, which, of course, I want to point out as well, too. They did not have time to accept the fact that the death of the dad was, there was just no time to be expressing that in the last movie. So they express it in this one, and I think that was pretty good, saying that, okay, he may be gone, but he's always going to be with us, even though we don't see him. So I actually like that line that they throw in there. And just something about Michael's home that they really throw into the trailers, and it's part of this movie as well. Something about having to standing in his sister's bedroom and looking out the window, not looking out the window, but seeing the reflection, seeing your inner self, looking into your darkness, something like that's going on. I think that there's still more mystery to that, and that's going to be revealed in the next movie. A lot of questions are going to be answered, I'm pretty sure, in this next Halloween movie and Halloween Ends. Like I said, Kills is only supposed to be just a fun fan service film. That's all it is, because you get returning characters who pretty much get killed off, but we are going to get into seeing more of them for the ones that have survived in the next movie. And towards the ending of this movie, I love how they trap Michael once more again with Karen, who, like I said, is more of the hero in this movie, gets more screen time. Takes Michael's mask after stabbing him with a pitchfork, and takes the mask, and of course, like it shows in the trailer, it's like, hey, you want your mask? Come follow me. And which leads him to a trap about a block off, and he's surrounded by the Haddonfield mob with Tommy Doyle and many others who really kick his ass. I mean, for a second, I told myself, I feel sorry for this guy. He's just like crawling on the ground and trying to reach for his knife, trying to defend himself. And I'm like, no, remember, this guy killed off a lot of people. I mean, this is a murder. This is the bad guy. So, but I hate the fact that I felt sorry for him. I really felt sorry for him. But then I'm like, but then I thought it was still more badass. As soon as he gets stabbed in the back and beaten like an average normal human being, they know that they're dealing with evil. They know that they're dealing with a killer, the shape of evil. But yet they beat him and kill him just like how you would kill an average human being. He's not human. Okay, this is something that they continuously try to tell everybody in Haddonfield, is that he's not human. He is a shape of evil. You have to understand that. You're treating him still like he's a human. You try to burn him up in a house, didn't work. You had a whole bunch of people going after him and beating the living hell out of him, still didn't happen. He's as soon as he woke back up, and I was even telling myself this too when I saw this. Don't stop. Why are you guys stopping? I was like so amped up. I was so excited when he picks up his mask, puts it back on, and fights against the mob. And I mean, it was just a phenomenal scene. But then when he gets back up, when they stop, he's slashing everybody. Like, he's literally killing everybody. He kills Tommy Doyle. And I'm like, oh, no, not that character. I wanted to see more of that character in the next movie. But I'm pretty sure they have something much more better and highly excitable to watch in the next movie. I cannot wait. But yeah, he kills everybody off, and you think that that's the end. That you're like wondering, okay, how is this movie going to end up? Because we know it's going to end off in a cliffhanger, guys. It's going to end off in a cliffhanger. We already know there's another movie coming out. It's like a back-to-back type of thing. But yeah, the character Karen, she steps in the same place that Michael does, inside the house, staring. Actually looking at her reflection in that window, and she sees Michael right behind her, and he kills her. I knew this was going to happen because spoilers were popping out everywhere on social media, and I happened to have caught a glimpse of it, and I hate the fact that I caught a glimpse of it. I didn't want to, but I did, and she gets killed off, and I'm like, okay, I know what's happening here. They kill off that character, and I'm like thinking, okay, what if she stood there and she absorbed the darkness of evil as well? She's not dead, but she got killed, and she's going to come back, having the same, evil superpowers as what Michael Myers has. So that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I'm having a huge feeling that that's wrong. But I think that they are really preparing. They're doing something in this movie that's going to be revealed in the next one. I'm very sure that something happened in this movie that's going to be the true clue, the true hint as to how are we going to finally kill Michael Myers. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait. But yes, the movie ends off just with this narration of Laurie Strode talking to Frank Hawkins about what they're going to do, how, Michael cannot be killed. There's got to be some way, and I know that they have a plan, they have an idea, which is why I think it takes 4 years into 4 years later in the next movie to see what happens next. So yes, the movie ends. Kind of hoping there was a mid or post-credit scene. There was not. But movies nowadays, that's what they love to do, thanks to Marvel. But yeah, nothing there. But I enjoyed the movie. I left the movie just like, they had him. And he still got away with it. He's still alive. And I'm like, oh, you guys are so dumb. Like, you should have just kept going. You should have Halloween H2O his ass and chopped his head off. Once you chop the head off, then that's it. You guys know that he's officially dead. He's not going to stand back up and reattach his head and start killing you. No. Once you cut the head off, that's it. You're done. You're good. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, you guys, that is my review for Halloween Kills. There was just so much to talk about, so much excitement. What did you guys think? Did you guys check out the movie? And I hope you guys did, because I spoiled a lot there for you. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, please feel free to leave it down in the comment section at the bottom. Let's have an awesome time talking about this movie or any movies that you like to talk about in general, because I love to talk about movies, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you can check out some more of my videos on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look me up at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. Don't forget to click on that like and subscribe button there, you guys. I really do appreciate everybody's support on my channel. It's a huge personal hobby of mine, and I enjoy doing these videos for all of you people. And just to point out also as well too, once when I got to the theater, there were some people who were wearing the same shirt that I was, but there was one individual who said, "I love your shirt. Where'd you get that shirt? I want a shirt just like that." Well, I got it at Walmart. It was only for like $7, so it was a great little treat, and that was my reason as to why I bought it, because I was going to wear it to the Halloween Kills premiere, and I did. It was awesome, fantastic. But there were so many people that was wearing so many Halloween Michael Myers T-shirts. One person actually came in wearing the outfit, the mechanic Michael Myers suit, and I was asking myself, I'm pretty sure she has the mask on her, and I saw her purse, the mask was poking out. I was like, oh my god, you cannot be serious. I wanted to take a picture with this person after when the movie was over, but I couldn't find them because we were the last ones in the theater, hoping that there was a mid-credit scene, but no, there wasn't. And then we were the only ones left in the theaters, and we're like, okay, it's kind of getting spooky and lonely in here. I'm out of here. Bye. So anyways, you guys, I'm Awesome Joe. Keep on living the dream, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks you guys once more again, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye.